Hello, welcome back in a candid moment of reflection. Joni Lamb, a prominent television personality and co-founder of the inspirational ministry Daystar Television Network, has recently opened up about an alarming warning she received from trusted pastors and close friends. The revelation has sent shockwaves through her supporters and the wider Christian community, prompting widespread attention and concern. Known for her unwavering faith and commitment to ministry, Lamb has always been a beacon of hope and encouragement to millions of viewers. However, in recent weeks, she disclosed an intense and personal conversation she had with a circle of spiritual leaders who voiced their concerns about her well-being. This warning, she admits, caught her off guard and made her reflect deeply on her personal life and ministry. Lamb revealed that several pastors and friends, some of whom have walked closely with her throughout her career, expressed their concern about the toll her public role and ministry were taking on her physical and emotional health. They urged her to consider the possibility of burnout, stressing the need for self-care, boundaries, and the importance of pausing to reassess her commitments. "I've always felt called to serve others, and sometimes in the midst of it all, I lose track of my own health," and peace, Lamb shared in a recent interview. "It was a wake-up call when I realized that those who loved me most were worried about the path I was on." As the co-founder of Daystar Television Network, Lamb's life has always been centered around serving others. From overseeing the network's programming to traveling the globe for ministry events, her schedule is often packed, leaving little time for rest or reflection. But in the face of these warnings from those closest to her, Lamb came to understand the importance of taking a step back and evaluating the state of her personal and spiritual health. Her transparency regarding the strain of balancing ministry, family, and personal well-being has resonated with many who have experienced similar pressures in their own lives. "I've always believed in pushing through, but sometimes the body and soul need rest to continue fulfilling God's purpose for you," Lamb added. The warning from her pastors and friends has not only changed the way Lamb views her personal life, but it has also deepened her faith and understanding of God's purpose. In her recent social media posts and public appearances, she has encouraged others to be mindful of their own health, relationships, and spiritual journeys. "I've learned that I need to be better about setting boundaries and asking for help. It's okay to rest. It's okay to say no. It's okay to focus on my own growth and healing," Lamb remarked. "This isn't just about me, it's about how I can better serve and love others when I am healthy, whole, and aligned with God's plan looking to the future." Joni Lamb has made it clear that she is not stepping away from her ministry or her work with Daystar Television Network. Instead, she is choosing to embrace a healthier, more balanced approach. She plans to focus more on self-care, spend more time with her loved ones, and ensure that her spiritual life remains strong and grounded. Her decision to publicly share this difficult moment in her life has already had a profound impact on many. It serves as a powerful reminder that even the most dedicated servants of God are not immune to challenges, and that true strength lies in vulnerability, reflection, and the willingness to change when necessary. In closing, Lamb's message is clear: we are all human, and we all need to take care of ourselves in order to fulfill the work that God has called us to. "This is just the beginning of a new chapter for me, one where I am prioritizing my health, my family, and my faith, so I can continue to give my best to the world." Through her openness, Joni Lamb continues to inspire others to examine their own lives, listen to the concerns of those who care about them, and seek balance in a world that often demands too much. Joni Lamb, a well-known Christian television personality and co-founder of Daystar Television Network, has recently broken her silence on a deeply personal matter that has garnered significant attention in both ministry and media circles. In an emotional revelation, Lamb shared the alarm raised by several of her closest pastors and friends regarding her health, well-being, and the overwhelming pressures of balancing a high-profile ministry with personal life. The concerns expressed were not just about the physical toll but also about her spiritual and emotional state, and Lamb's openness about this experience is resonating with many who understand the challenges of maintaining balance while serving others. Joni Lamb's life has always been one dedicated to service. As the co-founder of Daystar, one of the largest Christian television networks in the world, Lamb's work has brought her into constant contact with believers across the globe. However, in a candid interview, Lamb shared that her close circle of pastors and friends recently gave her a stark warning about the demands of her ministry. They noticed signs of exhaustion and stress, as well as a troubling lack of self-care. During one pivotal conversation, Lamb recalled that these trusted mentors told her, "We are concerned for your health. You are doing so much for everyone else that you're not taking enough time to care for yourself." The warning was not just about physical fatigue, but also about the risk of emotional and spiritual burnout, something that even the most dedicated ministers must be vigilant against. Lamb admits that initially she felt defensive. "I thought I could handle it all. But I had to step back and realize that I couldn't do everything on my own," she said. "When the people closest to me started pointing out the strain I was under, it was time for me to listen." While many may view Joni Lamb as a symbol of strength and grace, the pressures of leading a global television network and serving in a public ministry can take a toll. Lamb's daily schedule involves not only overseeing Daystar's programming and global outreach efforts, but also appearing regularly on air, speaking at conferences, and supporting her family. The demands of her professional and personal life can be overwhelming, and Lamb admitted that over the years, she had neglected her own need for rest and reflection. The warning from her close friends highlighted the consequences of this relentless pace. For Lamb, it became clear that ministry work, no matter how noble or essential, requires a balanced approach. She reflected, "It's not just about the work. It's about being able to give your best to God and others when you're in a place of peace, strength, and health." In the wake of the warning, Joni Lamb has made a public commitment to embrace rest and prioritize her well-being. This includes setting clearer boundaries, seeking more time for personal reflection and spiritual growth, and making self-care a non-negotiable part of her routine. "I've always had a heart to give, but I have to remember that I can't pour from an empty cup." Lamb shared in a recent post on her social media, "I've learned that it's okay to step back, take a deep breath, and find quiet moments to reconnect with God, my family, and myself." For Lamb, this period of reflection has also included evaluating how to best align her professional commitments with her personal life. She's determined to ensure that the work she does in ministry remains a joy and not a burden. "I'm in a season where I am learning to say no when necessary and delegate tasks so I can focus on what really matters, my relationship with God and those I love," she explained. Lamb's decision to share her personal struggle with the world has sparked an important conversation within the Christian community and beyond. Many viewers and followers have reached out to express their appreciation for her honesty. "Your openness has given me the courage to look at my own life and realize that I, too, need to take care of myself in order to do the work God has called me to." One follower wrote in a message of support. "Joni Lamb's experience underscores a critical message for others in ministry and leadership roles that the need for self-care and balance is not a sign of weakness, but of wisdom. We all need to remember that we are human. We can't do it all on our own," she said. "There's strength in recognizing our limits and in asking for help." As Lamb continues to process the impact of the warning and the changes she is making in her life, she remains resolute in her commitment to her ministry. However, she has acknowledged that the journey ahead will require new boundaries and a deeper focus on her own personal growth. "Serving God and others is the most rewarding part of my life," she said. "But I've learned that I can't serve with all my heart if I'm not first taking care of myself. The future is bright, and I'm looking forward to being in the best possible shape emotionally, physically, and spiritually to do the work I'm called to do." Joni Lamb's journey is a powerful reminder for all of us, whether in ministry, leadership, or any demanding career, that taking time for self-care, seeking advice from trusted mentors, and knowing when to step back are essential steps in living a fulfilled and healthy life. Her decision to prioritize her well-being is both a courageous and inspiring example for others navigating the pressures of life in the public eye. As Lamb continues her ministry, her story will undoubtedly encourage others to take a step back, reflect, and make the necessary changes to achieve a more balanced and harmonious life. Through her vulnerability and commitment to change, Joni Lamb proves that true leadership involves knowing when to pause and care for oneself in order to continue serving others with excellence.